A diving coach is leading two students discover an underwater cave. But on the way down, the coach abandoned the students. Swim deeper into the cave yourself. Look at how little gas there is at the bottom. Along with the murky water, the two students became more and more panicked. They have no guide to survive. Can only rely on gut feeling to grope towards the exit. Why an experienced oil diving coach? Dive into the depths of the cave. What really happened in the moment before parting? This was the accident at the White Cave. We'll tell you today. The White Line is on the west coast of Florida, the United States. From above, it looks like a normal shallow sea. But right below the seafloor, it's so warm. This harmony is hidden, hiding a mysterious underwater cave system. The maximum depth of the entire cave. It's about 91 meters. The structure of the left cavern is relatively simple. There's no complicated branching. But the structure on the right is the opposite. It's not just the labyrinthine paths. At the bottom of the cave, the mud is as smooth as powder. Just a careless small can also cause vision in the underwater cavernous cavity drops suddenly. Time back to the 30th day of September. 3 divers driving a small dinghy to the White Line, where 40-year-old James is the coach. Arnold, 37, and Donald, 26, is his student to help his students get a certificate. Advanced for open water environment. The coach. We're going to do a diving practice here. James' life journey was somewhat arduous. You used to be a lawyer. He was fired by a law firm for unknown reasons. He opened a dive shop near the White Cave. He is both an owner and a coach. Because James has 5 kids to raise, so life is not too much. But thanks to a clever mouth, the business is also growing. Even though he'd never taken any diving exams, the cave but has repeatedly declared to friends, I will break the record. The legendary diver's 318-meter deep dive. No one sees that word as true. James believed it was true. That afternoon, 3 people practice at the dive site as planned. The sun's rays pierced through the bright pouring water. It's a familiar training environment. Everything seems very safe, because 3 people carry a limited amount of gas. So this exercise, it's expected to last about 2 hours. When the training is halfway through, James accidentally swims to the entrance to the cave. You've been to this cave once before. And it was that expedition that made him think cave is nothing to be afraid of. Looking down at the black cave below, James had a thought in his mind. You want to go back inside the cave? And then motioned to the 2 students. Then rush in. Ano and Dono look at the dark cave mouth. There's an instinctive sense of insecurity in my heart. But they're also curious about what's inside the cave. I think there's a guidance coach. It's probably okay. So they both took the risk. 3 people completely unaware. The gas they're carrying is half gone. The 1-on-3 principle. It's the most basic safety rule in diving. But now that iron rule has been forgotten by the 3. As the depth increases, the bright diving environment is getting darker and darker. They don't carry a conductor. It's not equipped with a scuba computer or a spare air tank. In the depths of the cave, the light completely disappears this moment. The darkness seems to become visible. It's like cold water pressing from all sides. 2 students in a dark environment. The breath is getting faster. Fear, like a mad vines, takes root in the heart. They've never been in an environment like this. No one taught them how to deal with it. The only guide in the dark. It's the light from the overhead light. The coach. Arnold and Donald. He stared at the coach in front of him, like someone who's about to drown, grabbing a straw pole. Finally, soon enough, 3 people swam to the narrow area. This is a narrow passage. You can only lean over. But when the 3 of them came out of the rock, then find the way behind. It's narrower than imagined. Worse, because when James swims in front, stirred up the mud at the bottom of the cave, and the water starts to turn. Severe vision impairment. James looked back at the 2 students, then signaled, tell them to wait in place and swim in. More in the cave. Look at the coach's lights. It's getting further and further away. And don't treat people on the spot. Fear is like electricity running through your body. Both minds are empty. The coach just left. They don't know what to do next. I dare not move. I'm afraid when the coach comes back, won't find me. Time by the minute, by the second. Ano and Donon, wait a minute. Then another minute until 25 minutes have passed. I can't see the coach. Arnold bent down to look at the pressure gauge. It was found that there was not much gas left. If you wait any longer, you may never come back. You clap some things with all your might and point in the direction of arrival. Finally, they both decided to give up waiting. Go back to the old way. There's no wires or traffic lights. Both can only rely on memory and instinct to grope, moving forward in the murky water. Every time I swim a few meters, we all have to stop to figure out the direction, afraid of carelessly getting lost in some branch. Fortunately, the tunnel on the left doesn't have a complicated fork. They both finally found their way in. Arno and Donon couldn't get the pressure off directly to the surface of the water. Fortunately, the depth of the dive is not large. The pain of hypertension is still bearable. Arno and Donon, who narrowly escaped death. I didn't see James on the boat. You two are worried about safety of the coach. Go back to the cave entrance. They waited a few more minutes at the entrance, but the coach's light still does not appear. They both realize the situation immediately was not right. Go ashore and call for help. The professional cave divers, not until the next morning. It only takes an hour. James's body was found in a narrow passage at a depth of about 30 meters underwater. His breathing regulators slipping out of his mouth. The gas in the tank is exhausted. The cause of death was drowning. His body was trapped in that narrow passage. I don't know if it was because of the silk before I died, or after death being pushed into it by the current. No one knows in the last minutes of life. What have you been through? No one knows. Why did you abandon 2 of your students? Later there was an expert. Maybe James wants to get ahead of the curve, but did not expect. The depths of the cave are complex and intertwined. Finally, there's no conductor. The way has suddenly lost its way. Until gas exhaustion and drowning. What then happened to James's dive shop? No one knows. After his 5 children, no one knows. Cave diving is an exam that lives have to write. Everyone who enters must use the rules, training and the fear to submit your own paper. And those who refuse to submit, those who try to cheat, those who think they can get lucky, they're forever in the dark. Okay, this video ends here. See you next time.